money gave Dufresne the opportunity to discover who'd stolen the red mercury from Iceland. Then he got himself a sample to use both as a test and a diversion. He had the samples shipped to Cozumel. We followed soon after. The target was a cruise ship with 2,000 souls on board. Dufresne wanted us to plant the red mercury bomb and get out. Lambert wanted me to prevent the detonation by tampering with its trigger mechanism, Enrique's cell phone. But you interfered and made everything worse.
I couldn't rely on you, Fisher. The stakes were too high.
Fisher, we have successfully smuggled the red mercury device on board. Get it while Enrique fixes the comm relay.
Roger that, boss.
Fisher, bad news. A.D. Williams doesn't want the JBA to plant the bomb.
Enrique's cell phone is the trigger mechanism. I'll get a hold of it and disable the ignition sequence.
That's too unreliable. We're talking thousands of lives here.
I do this or my cover's blown. Does Williams have any suggestions?
I'm afraid so. He warned the local authorities of a possible terror threat. Boat should be crawling with police about now.
Swell.
Attention.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, Enrique, and welcome back to more Splinter Cell Double Agent. This is Cozumel on our Elite walkthrough. No perceivements, nice and stealth-like. Don't forget to leave a like, really helps the channel out, and let me know what your favorite Splinter Cell is in the comments below, and it's go time. So, this first part here, you just want to wait here. Now, in my live stream, I actually went the other way, but it did not work this time. You know, some things are hit and miss, and going the other way will not work, at least when I did it here, so I had to kind of wait for the guards to move so I can get around them. There's a camera up ahead, so pretty simple, just get out of its way. Of course, we always do what we do is we shut the doors behind us because Sam is a very kind NSA worker, so third echelon at its best. That's why he gets Employee of the Month all the time.
Backup plan. Get a hold of the ship's manifest. That way, if the bomb goes off, at least we'll have something we can use to identify the victims.
Alright, so for this next part up ahead, what you're going to want to do, it's pretty simple. Once you enter in here, wait around here on this left side. You want to wait till this guard turns around, because if you're not quick enough, he can sometimes see you once he's turning and going back in the other direction. But once he does that, make sure the camera's not in your way, and then get over here in this corner. This can be a little hard, especially if you're in this binocular view, because there's too much light in the room, you can't actually see if you're on it. So my suggestion is to either be in your normal vision or use that vision. As you can see now, we can see that it says scanning, and then we can hit it. Otherwise, it might be a little tough to actually pick up. But other than that, not too difficult, and you need to wait for the guard. He's come back in your direction. Wait for him to turn around, and then we will be able to move forward. I would say on the difficulty level, this mission is probably one of the easier missions to pull off. There's just a few parts that can give you some pain. But other than that, I mean, this is a great mission. Definitely really enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed as well.
Enrique, come in.
Sam, there are policemen everywhere. What's happening?
It's just a routine check. Are you okay?
Yes, but everyone's restricted to their cabins. I can't get back to our room, but I can make it to the comm tower. Can you meet me there?
On my way.
Alright, once you've done a little save here, then you're going to go ahead and move up. Stay on the left side. This can be very tricky. Sometimes the guard will still perceive you, even when you go through that little corner there. It might take you a few times before he doesn't. We're going to come over here. We're going to turn off the lights in the pool. I think it would be a cool challenge to add without taking the lights out. However, there's too many guards in this area. One of them is always looking in your direction. It really doesn't work out to where you can't really do that. It would take forever without taking out that pool light. So go ahead and take out the pool light. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Remember, no perceivements, meaning that no one catches any glimpse of Sam, but they can take a look at a light that we might take out or something similar to that, or a camera or something like that. But we try to make it to where no one actually even knows Sam is there. It might be a different object that they notice, but it's not Sam himself. What's my favorite word, everyone? Let me know in the comments below. See how many of you guys remember. So get against this side here because there's a guard that does look in this direction. So you need to wait until the door is closed before you continue on, or else that guard will see you. Now, I tried to go right and left, but going left is the better option because the guards will not see you take out the light if you go to the right side, and you need to actually distract them, or else you can't get by them because they stand directly in the center of the room, and you can't go by. So we're going to take this light out once both of them get to their next location and they're looking straight ahead. Then we're going to move up slowly, and then we're going to take out this light, which is going to get both of them to kind of move forward, which will give us just barely enough room to get by. Although it was super easy, barely an inconvenience. Sorry, for some reason I've been watching a lot of pitch meetings lately, I guess. Alright, so we're almost done with the first half of the mission, and we've now done our first objective, which is to meet up with Enrique.
Good. Finally here.
Nice to see you, too.
Let me get on top of you.
What?
So I can place the relay.
Oh, of course.
Alright, so what you're going to do here is just pretty much go directly to the left and then do the boost over. Then you're going to need to take her over to where she needs to go and do another boost, and then we can continue on.
Sam, I need to reach the comm room to patch in the relay signal.
Ladies first, of course. If you try to beat her to the objective, then you're not ladylike, you know.
Once I'm there,
I'm a gentleman.
I'll unlock
Ladies
the
always
service
first.
elevator so you can reach the lower decks. I'm over.
Good. You get to the comm room. I'll go fetch our package.
Make your way back to the music lounge, then take the door on your right. I'll meet you in the engine room. Take care.
Alright, next up there's going to be one guard that comes out from the middle section, so go over to the right side and just kind of wait a little bit. Once he's passed, we're going to move to that exactly where he came out of, but you want to wait until both guards are crossing, and timing-wise you are going to have to wait one full rotation of what the crossing guard is actually doing. He's going to go to the left, then he's going to come back to the right. So you need to wait for him to finish his cycle of going to the left and coming back to the right. Once he crosses patterns with this guy right here, that is when you want to take out the light. If you've done it correctly, the guy on the left will not be alarmed by the light. He will keep doing what he's supposed to do. However, this guy, for whatever reason, decides he will actually turn around. Otherwise, he kind of won't turn around. You can take this light out and he won't see it. So for some reason, when this guy is crossing, because he's doing that little movement right there and he has to turn around, he actually sees it. If the guy's not crossing, he'll never turn around, and therefore he won't see you take that light out. So you have to wait until they're right about to cross, and then that's the perfect timing to do. And then you have to hurry and get over here, obviously, without making too much noise. Just keep an eye on your sound meter. Stay on the left side here when the door opens, as this guard will be kind of looking in this direction. And of course, we're going to scoot on past here through the middle pull section. Now, this part can be a little tricky. It just really depends on what they do. I've seen the guards do multiple things. One thing that they can do is they can be bunched together. If that's the case, it's much, much easier to do. But here, they were not bunched together. They were kind of separate. See, there was only one guard here. There wasn't a second guard with him. If there is a second guard with him down by the pool, then this is so much easier. But it didn't end up being this way. It was a little different timing-wise, so you kind of have to wait. As you can see, I can't enter this door because that guard down by the pool right there will see. And what's going to happen, he's going to get to his point, he's going to stop, and then he's going to turn back in this direction, so you can't move then either. The other thing is that once you get close to the door and it opens, if you stay close to the door, it will never open again. It'll just stay closed. So you have to back away and then come back. As you can see, it's really kind of tricky. See, the door closed again, so now's my chance that I can go. I have to go back outside and then back in order to actually have the door register me as coming close. Other than that, it's not too difficult. You can pretty much do it on the first time. It's just, you got to be mindful. You got to use some of those stealth skills that you've acquired over a particular long time of watching Sinistry 101, I hope. So here, as soon as this door opens, then they're going to trigger, and that's when they start moving forward. Get as close to them as you can. You have to be close to them, because if you're not close enough to him, you won't be able to make it to the edge of the pipe in time for you to get down and go to the exit without them turning back around from the other side and then seeing you. The closer you are to the end of this pipe, when the second guy passes you, the better chance that you have of doing this. I suppose maybe you can not take the pipe and stay on the right side and maybe they won't see you. I don't know. But you want to drop down almost immediately as you have the chance and hurry. You have a little bit of sound meter to work with, so you can kind of move a little faster than you might think. Otherwise, they will see you enter this door.
I got it, Sam. The elevator is working.
That's going to be it
you're gonna need the
for this
access
first
code
section.
to the service elevator. It's 1971.
Once we head down to the next section, it's probably a little bit tougher than this first section has been. But hopefully you guys will stick along for the ride. And again, don't forget to leave a like. Remember, we are now going to be streaming over on twitch.tv/CenterStrain01. So make sure you check out those streams. Twitch.tv/CenterStrain01. And make sure you leave a follow. We're going to move up, and we're going to hit on the left side. The guard's going to be coming this way, and then we're going to easily be able to get by him. Or should I say, he will move forward, therefore we can kind of go around him. There's a light and a camera up ahead. My suggestion for you is to take out the light and not the camera. If you take out the camera, the guard will react to the camera. But if you take out the light, the guard will not react to anything. So I feel like that's the lesser of the two evils. You have to take out either the camera or the light, because the camera will always see you in this hallway since it never moves. But you'll notice here, the guy, he will just keep walking. He'll stop like right there, but he won't notice the light out, but he will notice the camera out if you did the opposite.
Sam, you're coming up on the engine room. Disable the ship's engines. That way, if the ship does go up, it won't be here to cover.
Here we're going to jump down, try to land soft, and wait for this guard down below. You can sometimes accidentally jump on him if you're a little too quick. Give him a little bit of distance as well, because when you drop, you do make noise. And follow him closely. So what makes this part a little bit more tougher is there's a guy on the top floor that can see you from down here. So what you want to do is pretty much exactly what you see me do. Once this guy gets up to a certain point, we're going to move around to the left, and then we're going to go around him. But then we're going to wait, almost kind of like we're out in the open. But at this angle we are, he can't see us, the guy that's up there. So as soon as you see him turn, go forward. Switch the valve. And then we're going to jump up on this little thing here. Now, in the live stream, I didn't do this. I believe I went around to the right side because I had a little bit more timing. But it doesn't always work that way. Unfortunately, this was the one that actually worked, so we just need to be a little bit patient. Otherwise, you can go around the bottom side and just kind of wait for the guy at the bottom to move. He's going to come back in your direction. Then you can go around. But you see how this guy is kind of looking straight ahead? He can sometimes see in that down area. So if you were to do that, it's a little bit riskier. This one's, I think, the safer bet, although it does take a little bit more time. But sometimes it's better to be safe than get through it too fast. And this is not a speed run of any sorts. This is just about making sure that really the challenge is that no one does what. Let me know in the comments below. What's my favorite phrase to use during these videos? I think you all should know it by this point.
Sam, if this mission goes bad, I don't want anyone seeing you on a camera feed. Find a way to delete the surveillance records.
Alright, wait for the light to actually get taken out. Do not move too early or he will perceive you. And also look to make sure that he's not quite looking at you here. It can be a little tough. You can see he's looking the other direction right now, so we're good. He always does that. He always says that pattern, so don't think that you were seen or anything like that. It's just reacting to the light. And then we're going to hack this, and then we're going to move over and grab the bomb. It's better if you move on the right side. You can do it from the left side, but it's way stealthier on the right.
Bingo.
Missing me, Sam?
Oh, yeah. Desperately. How's it going?
I'll be waiting for you near the fuel tank. Bring me something expensive that explodes.
Once this guard is going in the other direction, then we're going to jump down here into the water. Make sure that he's a little bit of distance away before you do this, because like I said, you can see how much sound you make in the water. So it's always better to have a little distance. Crouch before you get on this, or else you'll glitch yourself and he'll like do an infinite climbing animation, and you don't want that. So make sure you crouch before you actually get on the boat.
Hurry.
Now, this will only work if everything has been done in the correct timing that you've seen me do. I don't think it will ever deviate as long as you're in the exact time that I am. You give a good 15 seconds of deviation one way or the other, but if you come up here when this guy is heading in this direction, then you're good. If he's already at the end point, then you're going to have to wait and follow him to the next section. But as you can see here, if you're quick enough, give him a little space. Don't jump over this when he's right next to you, or he will hear it. Give him just a little bit of space, and then you can move forward. Now, what we have done is created a little bit quicker thing that we don't have to wait on this guy as much, and it actually makes going through this next section, once we complete this objective, easier. However, you do have to take out the light, because you do need that little bit of time to go under here, or else this guy will see you when you go under that area. But you'll also notice that once you get this right here, you're going to be able to move straight up and go to the right side and go right back to the objective instead of going to the left or something like that. This, I believe, makes it a little bit quicker. But it also doesn't add any extra toughness to it, so it's not too bad. Just need to find out where he is. Once he starts moving, that's when you want to go ahead and open the door. Normally you would be literally opening the door and coming into this room now because you have followed him. But if you're quick enough on the other end, or you have the correct timing that I do, then you're able to do this much quicker and save yourself about a minute or two. And then just head to the right here, drop down, and then you're back exactly where you started into this room. There is a trap on the upper part of this so you can enter. And now we have to go give the bomb to Enrique. This could be a little tricky as well. There is a guard that's on the upstairs that you'll need to watch out for. But this guy here you also have to watch out for. He can be a little tricky. Wait for him here. Once he moves up, we're going to head to the left. You should just have enough space for you to go around. Wait here. He's going to turn to the left and then immediately turn to the right. If you're fast enough, as you can see, you can get around him that way. It's very tricky, and it's probably not something you'll land your first time. That's why you save right before. But here, there's a guy on the catwalk above you and to the right, so you do need to wait. Otherwise, again, this is only if you're doing the exact timing I am. Otherwise, that guard, he might not be there. So you can see him. He's looking in this direction. You need to wait till he turns completely, and now he's not. So now we can go ahead and move forward. Otherwise, he will see you right here. Wait for this guy to come out. Wait for him to pass the stairs. Then we need to use the sound of this room and get as close to this guy as we can. You need to be as close to him as possible. Do not wait. You need to be right up on him and immediately enter, because when he comes back, he will see your shadow inside here when you're climbing. Even when you're all the way fully up here, if he comes back, he can still see you. So you need to be at this point here before he gets to that point. So hopefully I made that clear. And of course, this is the big decision that you can make during this mission, to either choose NSA or to choose the JBA. You know what I'm doing. Come on. We're the good guys.
About time you got here. Give me the bomb and let's do this already.
You're going to set it here?
On the other side of the pipes. Can you give me a hand getting over there?
Now I like to think that Sam somehow gets her phone out. Otherwise, it's just a very huge convenience.
Damn it. Sam, did my phone fall out of my pocket? Can you see it? We need it to trigger the bomb. If anything goes wrong, Emil is going to have my head.
I've got it. I'll give it to you at the extraction point. This is it. Our one chance to prevent the bomb from exploding. I wonder how far Emil will go if the bomb doesn't explode. Would he kill Enrique? Or me? Are we worth more than 2,000 lives? This could be the end of everything.
This is one of those decisions that I would never want to make in real life. But thank gosh,
We'll just have
it's a
to
video
suffer
game.
the consequences. 2,000 dead is too high a price.
I like how his finger is curved. His index finger looks like it's curved in the opposite direction.
Thanks. I'll be there soon. We'll use the bomb delivery boat to get away.
Fisher, use a computer to send me everything that is on your PDA. I want to be reassured that in spite of appearances, you are still a loyal member of the JBA.
See, this makes no sense. In a mission like this, I don't feel that the leader of the opposition, or the people you're working for, will do this. Like, how does he know that you just did what you did? There's no reason for him to know it. Obviously, it's a video game, so it's scripted that if your NSA meter goes all the way to the right at any time, you have to kind of like let him know that, hey, I'm still one of you. It makes no sense, but game-wise, it adds a lot of coolness.
Your time is running short.
So you saw what I did. He'll be coming in this other direction. You need to watch out for him, stay as close to him as you can, and you should have enough time to make it back. So really, this is just a formality. It's super easy, barely an inconvenience. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with the screen rant pose. Wow, 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 wow. Tight. Yeah. Sorry, okay. I'm completely done now. Alright, so we're pretty much almost home free. We just need to use that computer that is sitting here on the chair. And then other than that, we got to get around this guard, and he's really the last guard you really got to worry about. He can be tricky, though, so... But we're going to get by him super... No, I'm just... I can't do it. No more,
But
I'm
I
done.
caution you to improve your performance.
Alright, so we're going to follow him as close as you can. He is going to turn to the right, so if you time it right, you can get around his left side. It can be very tricky, but it's really cool. And it makes no sense because you have Sam has no way of knowing which direction he's going to turn. But this is a video game, so yeah, they always turn to the right. So it's... you gotta love it. Alright, so now we just need to head back to the boat using the same exact way and everything that we did before, which is to go through the right side, wait for the guy that's walking around that little path next to the boat, get on the boat, and exfiltrate. I made that word up. Although, as you can see, the way the guards are, they're a little different this time, so we need to kind of get up against a little bit of cover to get past him. Sam likes to do a little bit of the moonwalk sometimes. So I suppose you could probably get in the light and then go straight into the water, but you make so much noise in the water that this guard would probably hear you in the water at being this close to the water. So I think it's still better to wait until he is far enough out of the way and then rinse and repeat what you did previously. I wish there was a way you didn't have to enter this room twice, that you could do the final objective first. But, I suppose you could. But then that would make this room so much longer, and you'd have to come back down. And we don't want to do that, so I guess this is kind of the best route that you could take. But there you go, all missions completed, except for the Echelon Disable Enrique's cell phone. 23 minutes, 19 seconds, all zeros down the line. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks again so much for watching. It's been my pleasure to bring this walkthrough to you all. Let's finish it up, and then we can continue on with bigger and greater things. Love you all. Take care of yourselves. How did you beat the mission? Did you do exactly the same thing? Did you do some things differently? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out. Bitches.